Hi, this is Kerry from Veganxious. Please like and subscribe to my channel, share. I'm a beginner vegan. I've only been vegan about 5 months now, and there's a lot of things that I would like to share with you to help you, especially anybody that sort of has anxiety and overthinks things, because I'm a massive overthinker. And these videos that I'm doing at the moment are sort of becoming vegan or going vegan, the early stages and how to deal with sort of the initial sort of setup. So my last video was how to go home and sort out your food cupboard and what sort of meals to cook in your first few weeks. Today I just wanted to touch on really how to deal with your friends and family, which I'm only really talking about it because in the initial stages it's the first thing you think of. How am I going to tell my friends and family? Do I just text them all, email them all, ring them all up? If you're like me, you're excited to tell them that you've learned something new because of all the changes we've been seeing recently or before lockdown about planet problems, the ecosystem, the plastic in the sea. I know that's been a hot topic among my friends and family, and we've all been trying to make changes in our lives. For me, coming home and finding out that actually we're completely living in this deluded world where we think having a shower for half the time we used to, or buying plastic-free products is going to help the planet while we're like eating our way through it, is just not going to help at all. So I thought, wow, as soon as they know what I know, they're obviously going to go vegan. That's not the case. I think most people would tell you that's not going to be the case. But I think we just hope that our friends and family are going to have exactly the same morals as we do, especially if you've gone vegan for the animals, because if you've done that, you're most likely to have gone vegan pretty quickly rather than a transitional period, because once you know that every little bit of cheese or milk that you consume results in the death and abuse of so many animals, it's very hard for you to transition over a period of time, because you know that you're still contributing it. Obviously there's a lot of programs coming out on, or been out for a while now, on Netflix, so you may have seen things on there and thought, wow, I need to change. I know a few people that have done that. You want to share that. You want to share that with everyone you know, like you do anything else. You want to have discussions, you want to raise it when you're with your mates your next time, or you want to let everyone know this is what you're doing and hopefully make them think, wow, really? I'm going to look into that as well and see what that's about. It doesn't really work like that. Not in my situation. I don't really know anybody who I've spoken to since that it has done, unfortunately. It's almost like, because you've learnt this big thing, that you tell everybody they dig their heels in because they don't want to be told to do something that they haven't made the choice to do themselves. Because I didn't realise that taste was so important, and a lot of people do see you becoming vegan as a diet. It's not a diet. And a lot of people see it as diet and they think that's a restriction. A lot of people confuse it with that, and a lot of people don't ask you what it actually means because they don't want to know, because they'd rather live in ignorant bliss. So even though I went home, I messaged everyone, texted everybody, people were really supportive, long as I didn't talk about what that meant. And then now, as time's gone on, people get offended if I'm offended by something they do, even though they didn't ask me what it meant for me to be vegan. So they didn't want to know. They don't want to know what it means and why I find it offensive. So the fact that nearly all my makeup's cruelty free, doesn't. But I'm not really bothered about the vegan bit. Comments like that can be really offensive to you and make your sort of heart sort of constrict a little bit, because you're biting your tongue and you just sort of, I don't even want to smile, do I nod, do I even look like I agree, or do I just stand with my face doing nothing to show that I'm really not impressed by what they just said? But they don't know that's how you feel, so you come across rude, but then they don't want to ask you either because they don't want to really know the truth. It's a really awkward situation because people want to try and please you sometimes because they're friends and family, but they don't actually want to have a proper discussion with you about it because they don't want to hear your side. So you're always stuck in this really annoying place where you can't say anything, because for me personally, I don't like to tell people about exactly what they're saying and why it's incorrect or what I know unless they ask. I don't want to be labelled a pushy vegan, only because Soon as you push your views on somebody, they shut down. All they see is, you're telling me something I don't want to hear. So they don't hear anything you've got to say anyway. So what point you're trying to make and what fight you're trying to have for the animals is completely pointless, because the person's not receptive and they're not listening to it. So you're not actually helping anybody, because they're not hearing it anyway, which means next time they're less likely to hear anything you say again, because every time you mention it now, they'll just shut down and think, I'm not listening to this because you're just pushing your opinions on me. So that means we have to live in constant stress of hearing you say something that's really offensive and really incorrect and sometimes just absolutely stupid. But we can't say anything, because if we do, you label us something we're not, even though you've pushed your stupid views on me. So the way I deal with it, my husband has given me this tip: blank face. If you say something offensive, blank. If you say, oh yeah, I can't stop having milk, I just love milk in my coffee, that's the problem. This seems to work the best without you saying anything or pushing any views on anything. So that is one tip. Another tip is if somebody says, oh, so why don't you eat eggs? Say to them, you've asked me. If you want my reply, do not call me a pushy vegan when my reply is something that you don't like to hear. Another great one my husband gave to me, and he uses a lot because he has a lot of people asking him, and he says, I'm not being pushy because you have asked me. So long as you know you're the one that has opened this conversation, not me, and I will tell you the truth about eggs or the truth about dairy. I will be happy to tell you, but do not afterwards, when you're offended by my response, call me a pushy vegan, because I didn't push this information on you. You asked it of me. And that's really great way to say it. And I just want you to know, even though there's no good answer, there's a couple tips I can give you. You're not alone. A lot of us feel this stress inside. A lot of us are probably going to have arguments or heated discussion with our families because it's seen as the norm and we're out of the norm. I think people find solidarity in the fact that they can go and have a moan to their friends and go, we all do it though, we all eat it, it's the norm. And then their friends can go, yeah, exactly, I don't know what she's getting funny about. Whereas I don't have anyone to say that to, because there's less vegans than there are animal abusers. So I have to go away and feel guilty that I've fallen out with them, while they go away and back up all their bad views by talking to a bunch of other people that only agree with what they're saying anyway. So it's always that difficult situation that you're going to be living in, and I feel for you, you're not alone. And if other people will prefer to just live in their ignorant bliss, but knowing really that they're not doing a good thing, and the fact that we're probably that reminder of that, then that's just the way it has to be. And hopefully I'll do another video in a year's time and I'll be able to say I stuck with it, with keeping straight face or looking away, looking not very happy, and my family have changed, or my friends have changed, or they've made a transition to veganism. You never know. Stranger things happen. Anyway, please leave some comments below. I mean, even if this was rubbish and I can improve in any way or be more structured or something, or you like my ramblings of a crazy mind, then please let me know. Please like, subscribe, and have a look at my Instagram. There's a load of little tips on there, information, so you're better equipped when you get those odd, stupid questions that people ask you, and share my videos to anyone that you think might help, or it might help. Thank you.